Now, the other question about non-virgin. In an ideal world where people have biblical values and fear God, all of us would be virgins when we get married. Okay. If you have people who fear the Lord Jesus, honor Christ, not just women, men will be virgins until marriage. They will not be intimate. That's the command. There is no sex until marriage. And if you're caught having sex with a woman, you would be forced to marry her in the Old Testament without divorce. That's the ideal world. We don't live in that world anymore, brother. I'm sorry to tell you. You live in a world where now it says it's okay to have many girlfriends, many boyfriends, if you find a godly woman, okay, who loves the Lord and is really sold out, and she's been convicted and she regrets what she did. In Christ, she's a new creation. She's now a virgin. Do not think of her past and bring up her past. That's done. She's a new creation.
All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Samak. Before I do anything, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. With that, this is Brother Samak once again, coming at you with another lesson. Lord will, this is edifying. So, as what you saw, again, that Christianity BS when it comes to marriage and sex, being married, and uh, what's it a man can only have one woman. You really think that a man is going to have one woman, especially in the kingdom? Like, really, of course, it's wise to only have one. Really, it's wise, actually wiser to actually have none, because even Paul even said, you know, when those who are married, real quick, let me get that real quick. Come on, real quick. This is First Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 20. No, chapter 7 and verse 29. It says, "Brethren, no, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives, plural, be as though they had none." Right. So, that being said, that's a cut real quick because it says wives. It doesn't say though that it says that both they that have a wife, no, those who have wives, that it says they that have wives be as though they had none. So really, yeah, if you're married and have a wife or a girl, you should be as if you don't even have a woman, because the times is rough, man. You know, it's only gonna set you back. That's the reason. You know, the scriptures talk about as far as be not what's the word for it? No, not that one. Um, no, was it? No one that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may prove to him that was chosen to be a soldier. Roughly paraphrasing. So, long story short, yeah, we shouldn't be entangling ourselves when it comes to this life, as far as, you know, setting up a family and mixing in and mingling with all these different women. You know, it shouldn't be. It's not wise, right? So it says they that weep as though they wept not, they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, that they slack it, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. And that's the point, man. You know, using the world but don't abuse it. You know, just because the scriptures say, you know, you can have multiple women, which it does. It so doesn't mean you should do it. You know, real quick. Another thing, as far as a man having multiple women, Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15, it says, "If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers, that was Slakia, and if the firstborn son be hers, that was hated." Yeah, that's the point. So if a man have two wives, the point is that, yeah, that as far as a man having two wives, right? And what about what's it, Jacob? Our forefather Jacob, you know, he had multiple women, you know. There was multiple accounts where different men had wives, man. Multiple women. Um, real quick, was it? This is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, "And in that day 7 women shall take shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." So best believe, the scriptures say that he should make a man, the Most High will make a man more precious than fine gold, right? So that's gonna happen on this side, man. Best believe. Women are gonna flock to us to try to seek for a refuge, for help and everything like that. And honestly, it's not even wise to even try to be with these women, man. So you gotta try to beat them off with a bat, man. But yeah, the main thing is, yeah, 7 women shall take hold of one man, and 7 means completion, so it just means a great number. So again, showing you that the Lord is fine with having multiple, a man having multiple women. Okay. Um, what's it? Yeah, I think that's the point. And then there was another account which I could get, but it's neither here nor there. But Jacob had to marry. I think it was like 3, or was it 2? It was either 2 sisters, if I'm not mistaken. He had to marry 2 or 3 sisters, and because he really wanted this one a chick, but he had to marry the other daughters first. So yeah, it's like wild. But real quick to tackle the sex before marriage thing. That's another one, man. That's a doozy right there. That really messes up a lot of men, because ain't no way a man. This is the thing. Times are different, man. Times are different. You know what I mean? You gotta understand that marriage back then and marriage now is not the same things. Back then, marriage, you did marriage, you married right then and there. You know, you see the person, marry like within a day or two. You know, they see the person, they automatically marry. and I'm gonna show an account real quick. But first, before I do, here it is nowadays. You gotta you gotta do a lot, man. You gotta really, and in mind, it's a lot more risky when it comes to marriage, man. You know, because it really benefits the women more. So it's not even wise to even try to marry. And if you was to marry, at least just don't even marry towards the state, man. Marry, not state, the yeah, to the government and all that stuff like that. Don't get the government involved, man. But but yeah, it's not even wise to try to even marry on this side, man. But but sex is marriage. That's the real thing. That's what people don't understand, right? So um let's see what comes up. No, it was with Isaac and Rebecca. Yep, right here. That's it. Yep, that's it. This is Genesis chapter 24, and I'll start at verse. I'll stay at 62. Why not? It says Isaac marries Rebecca. Let's see how quick this marriage is, right? It says, and Isaac came from the way of the well, uh, Lahairoi. It says, for he dwelt in the south country, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted her up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel, for she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? So she was looking, Rebecca, like gawking at this, at Isaac, man. You know, she don't even know him and wants to know him. It says, and the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. Right? It says, and Isaac brought her into her mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So, what were they doing in that tent? I could tell you what they was doing in that tent. you know, so that's just quick, man. That's how things worked back then. They just met. Rebecca didn't. I'm not Rebecca. Sarah. Oh wait, yeah, my bad. Not Sarah. Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca. Slocky, I get confused, but yeah, Rebecca seen him, and they just met, and they smashed, man. In other words, they had sex. You know, in better terms instead of a carnal way when I way I said it. But yeah, they did the nasty, man. So sex is marriage according to the Bible. Okay, it's just when it comes to the actual marriage where the act of the ceremony, everything like that with the white and and the dad bringing in, all that stuff like that. That's a ceremony. That's something that's equivalent to like the baptism. Like what I'm saying is this, like, not equivalent, but the same concept. So being baptized, you don't have to be baptized. I haven't been actually baptized. I'm baptized through this word, because the scriptures talk about to be washed with the word, right? The word that it's the word that cleanses you. Okay, so yeah, it's the same thing. If you want to get dunked in water, everything like that, sure, it's a ceremony. You can do that, but you don't have to, because the main act of that is through the scriptures, man. You know, because I know a lot of people that got dunked in the water, everything like that, and they're still wicked. So it makes no sense of even doing that if you're not even gonna actually change your life and change yourself, right? So that being said, yeah, just going back to marriage, man. Sex is marriage according to the scriptures. That's nothing new, you know. But yet here it is. You got again women out there trying to make a guy wait 2 to 3 years. You know what I mean? And just like 2 to 3 years without having sex. It's like, can you do that? Like, unless you're like you're also a virgin, you never really had sex before and stuff like that. But ain't no way, man. you know? Um yeah, man, it's just not possible. Especially me. If I hear some girls talk about um, you know, yeah, I want to wait till I'm married. I'm I'm out. you know, but and then another thing too. This guy said about yeah, you look at her as a new creature. She is now a virgin. You can say that, but the actions speak different. And it's just like, again, we are living in different times, man, to where women are not virgins. It's going to be very rare for you to find a woman that is a virgin. And if she is a virgin, more than likely she's going to save for her marriage, right? So what else? Um yeah, so it's like um you see a woman and say she has like 30 30 men that she's been with. Are you really gonna look at her as a virgin and actually treat her as a virgin, and not have sex with her after 30 guys been like, no, you're not gonna do that, you know? And honestly, yeah, it's just I wouldn't even want to get with a girl that had 30 bodies, 30 men. But but yeah, man, it's nah. It's not wise to marry, man. It's not wise. It's not wise to even fall in love with these women either, man. You know? This should be your first, man. This should be your first, man. You know? Um heck, I could say, well, I can get that too. What's that? First John 2. 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Okay, and honestly, I could say women are of the world, man. Straight up, you know, it's just you shouldn't be trying to go head over heels for a woman and everything like that, and end up losing yourself, man, and end up losing that connection with the Lord, man. You don't want to do that, and I speak for myself first and foremost, man. You know, This world will have you messed up, and these women will have you messed up. Okay, so honestly, the best thing to do is, I believe the what's that? Yeah, I believe I read it where it says those who have wives be as though they had none. You know, don't worry about having a woman, man. And if it just so happen you have a woman, then deal with it. But same time, you really shouldn't be even like we shouldn't even really be like focused a lot on it. You know, it's it's not good. It says for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And another thing too, scriptures say we have received the mind of Yahushai, and not the mind of the world. I should say the mind of the Lord, and not the mind of the world. Right? It says, and the world passeth away. See, the world passeth away. You know, um, what's it? Yeah, it says, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High, Salakia, abideth forever. Right. The fashion of this world shall pass away. Right. I remember that too. I read that. But but yeah, man. So as far as sex before marriage, that stuff ain't no way. It's not. It's definitely not true. And I'll say even if it was true, it's definitely not on the scale we live in today, man. As far as a man having to wait 2 years, you're like, no, no, thank you. Um, but yeah, a man can have multiple women. Okay, Solomon had, what was it? Uh, 700 wives and 300 concubines, if I'm not mistaken. It's like he had so many women, man. Now people will argue, oh, that and that's why he went off. But you have to understand that the Lord even said, the Most High even said, if you wanted more, I could have gave you some. Okay, that's what you're not understanding. So he was fine with it. He was fine with Solomon having multiple women, man. You know, it's crazy. But people don't want to read over. People want to read over that. You know. But yeah, didn't want to make this too long. So so with that, I pray that you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. And with that, I say, Shalom.